All right, my friends. So this is hack number 13. We almost finished. Like all good things must come to an end. We're almost to the end of this series, but I got some bonuses for you at the end. So the hack number 13 is going to be keep your accounts out of collections. Now, I know that sounds simple. It sounds easy to do, but I want to tell you this. Quick story. I have a lot of businesses. I also have a lot of offices. With one of my virtual offices, it was set up on autopay. Now, I had an incident with my credit card where they sent me a little text message and I got a notification that some money was trying to be spent and it didn't look familiar to me. So I shut the card off. Completely forgot about it. Did not know that that one business was set up on that card for his virtual office, and that virtual office went into collections. It did not take 6, 7, 8, 9 months. It took 2 months and it was already in collections. And I did not know. No one called me, no one emailed me and said, hey, you need to pay this account. I probably got an email that just went to spam, but I did not know. And just that fast, I had an account that went into collections. 1 to 2 months behind, and you can be in collections for an account. I'm a big teacher on keeping all of your stuff organized and in line. Like me personally, I have a lot of credit cards. So what I do is I have an Excel spreadsheet. I'll put down all of the credit cards on there, the due dates, how much the balance is, when it's due, how many points I have, how many points are pending, how much cash I have on those cards, cash back bonuses, whatever I have on there. I put all of it on that spreadsheet. So if I need to pay a bill or I want to see what's going on, or if I want to strategically do something, liquidate my cards or whatever, all I have to do is go on that spreadsheet and say, this is this, this is that, this is that. It's all there in one spot. I would recommend you do the same thing with your business credit as well. If you have multiple different trade lines like I have a lot of them. So I will put those on the spreadsheet. If you using them, how much did you use? How much is your limit? How much do you have remaining? When are they due? You always want to pay before your due date. But I would have all of that stuff on the Excel spreadsheet to make everything super, super simple for you, because it's enough stress, it's enough work already running a business. You don't need to add extra work on top of that by having all of these accounts all over the place and not really knowing how to properly manage it. So put all your stuff on paper on the Excel spreadsheet so that you don't have the same issue happen to you. You want to make sure that your stuff is paid. I personally would try to get all of my due dates on 2 days of the month. 1 day toward the beginning, 1 day toward the end. So that way you know something's coming due around this time and around this time. You don't want to have due dates 4, 5, 6 times during the month, because now you're all over the place, you're working, you might forget that date. I do it all the time. When I get brand new credit cards, because I get them pretty often, and I don't change the due dates on them, I might get really, really close to that due date. I'm checking all the time because I don't want to get a late payment, but I might get really, really close to that due date. So be very, very organized with the accounts. And I have some notes set up right here because I want to give you accurate information, and I don't remember it off the top of my head. So if we're going to look at your Experian IntelliScore, your Experian Business Credit Score, 50 to 60% of your score is based off of your payment status, your trade balances, and the percent of accounts delinquent. That makes up 50 to 60% of your score. 10 to 15% is your credit utilization, and another 5 to 10% is your company profile, your age in business, your industry risk, and the size of your business makes up 5 to 10% of your score. Another 10 to 15% of your total score is based on collections, liens, judgments, and bankruptcies. So looking at it like that, 50 to 60% of your score is made up on delinquent accounts. 10 to 15% of your score is made up on derogatory items like collections, liens, judgments, and bankruptcies. Almost 3/4 of your score is based off of the accounts that's on your profile. Collections, late payments, your payment status, how late you are behind it, how much you have as your balance on those accounts. So you want to keep your balances kind of low. Now, a lot of people are not looking at this to see what's your utilization. If you have a $10,000 credit card and you use $10,000 of it, a lot of people aren't like, okay, well, you use $10,000, we won't give you any money. This is the business side. It's completely different from the personal, but it does factor into your business credit scores. So me personally, I look at my bank accounts every day. I want to see how much money is in there, what's going in, what's coming out. I want to be on top of that. And you should do the same thing as well with your business credit cards, with your business trade accounts, because this stuff is very sensitive. If you get an account that's negative on the business side, it's very hard to get it removed. I've heard it's very hard. I've heard it's very easy. I just would prefer not to find out.